Hi and welcome to the FalconCast. I'm Ronja. 2013 was an amazing year for FalconSocial in terms of growth. We onboarded and welcomed 70 new customers last quarter, and we also grew from 13 employees to around 100, coming from 30 different nationalities across the globe. So yesterday I met up with Ulrik, our CEO, to catch his thoughts about how 2014 would turn out for Falcon. So now I'm inside and I'm sitting here with Ulrik. Hi Ulrik.
Hi there.
So I would love you to comment on a few things that you would predict that would happen in 2014. So the first question I actually have is that 2013 we saw the marketing space talk a lot about community management and content marketing. So I want you to comment a little bit about what will happen on the monitoring side in social for the next year.
Yeah, so I totally agree that 13 was very much marketers wanting to build out their content plans, their content marketing teams, making sure they could do their editorial planning and so forth by creating their own stories and becoming storytellers really big in 13. What we're talking about here internally and what I think is going to happen on the monitoring side is that it's kind of been forgotten. It was kind of the first stages of social, just to monitor and maybe then engage afterwards if something was either terrible or wonderful. But what I think is going to happen now is that you're going to be using your monitoring solutions and listening to the social channels and broadly on the web a lot more to create your curated content and really support the content marketing and the engagement strategy by doing much broader monitoring than just engaging with the specific hashtag that you have or people mentioning you on Twitter.
Yeah. You're talking about marketing here. Can you see other business units as well tapping into monitoring and using that to create new business opportunities?
Totally. So usually what you see is that it would either be PR or marketing or the corporate comms officers setting up queries to do sort of brand protection style listening. That was the early stages. Gathering some nice reports and a little bit of sentiment in the quarter, and you really couldn't do a lot after that quarter was over. Somebody was really sad about what we did back in November, but now it's January and we can't really do much about it. I think the combination of having both the real-time abilities to engage for some business units who need that, and having the after-the-fact reporting for management is going to live in unison to a very large extent. That's also what we've done with our listening product, really creating these separate projects and permission levels for a lot of different business units to be able to do both broad brand protection and brand monitoring style listening and do real-time engagement on multiple listening feeds that you get in. We think that's really exciting for engagement, certainly for content marketers to curate great content, do news jacking. And another thing that we obviously believe here, coming from a vendor that is a unified platform, is that if you then have these things coming in the feeds, you really need the engagement and the content marketing and the publishing sections, the editorial planning section, very closely connected to the listening module, the listening tool that you're using. Obviously we have that, and it's a thing we've been believing very strongly in, that these things need to be unified, and we see it working very well for a lot of our customers.
I think also it would be a big opportunity for businesses doing product development. Have you seen any trends moving that direction? I mean, obviously, we have been talking about it for years, like how we can use social to actually develop our product or service. But is that becoming more real now, that we actually are actionable in the way we develop products?
I think it's still very early days for this particular aspect of listening to what's being said on the pipes and then changing our products towards that, or actually doing new product development based on this. There are very few examples. Usually what we see is that PR and communication and marketing is talking about this aspect, but the product development guys are not. So there's still this divide, but of course there's a lot of insights being gathered, and now being able to be gathered in a much easier way to be supplied to the product guys within an organization. So it's definitely moving, it's becoming a lot easier to provide those insights. But I don't think it's driven by product dev still, at least not in the traditional companies.
So thanks for watching, and see you next time.